Welcome back to Living Well. Look who's here. It is Jay Chism of Missouri Extension, and it's always great to have you on the show, but we're very, very excited because this is it the unofficial or the official 100th anniversary of not only Missouri Extension, but the even idea of an extension service?
Yes, it's really the 100th anniversary of cooperative extension. And cooperative extension is really all over the United States. It really started even back further. It started back in 1862 when, during the height of the Civil War,
right,
when the Morrill Act was passed, and Abraham Lincoln signed it, and it would actually establish what we call land grant institutions.
Okay, and what is that?
Yeah, that's a great question, because really it's the government, federal government gives land to each state so they could establish the state university. And to do that, they have a mission. Their mission is teaching. Of course, at any university they teach. Research. University of Missouri does, probably at least about 70% of the research that's done in the state of Missouri is done through the University of Missouri systems. Right. And then the third leg of the mission is extension, or basically taking out that, that research information to the people of the state. And really, it goes beyond that to the people of the world. What we're celebrating this year, this 100th year in 2014, was it's the Smith-Lever Act, which actually was an act that provided more federal funds, or federal funds to actually to fund cooperative extension programming. So it started out with agriculture education, because most people were in agriculture at the time.
In 1914.
Yeah, in 1914. Okay. So most people were in agriculture at that time, right, and they basically established that, and it helped with things like after the Dust Bowl anyway. Of course, we had soil conservation practices. All those programs were very important, and that was education provided through research-based information, and then provided to folks at through Extension Service. There's some early extension folks are showing some photos now, and basically, yeah, things. Of course, they were all agriculture related, but there may be cholera and hogs, and of course, gardening was always big. And we
Wait a minute, what?
Sorry, there were
cholera and hogs.
There were actually some hog diseases. There was a major swine issue at the time, and Extension was there actually helping, solve some of those problems. So,
and it occurs to me that you guys do so much for so many people all over the country and in Missouri with Missouri Extension. At that time, 100 years ago, this was probably kind of an alien concept to most of the farmers and the people in agriculture, right, that there were people out there that could help them. Right. Is that true?
Well, it was just such a well thought out idea when you think about it, because they knew at the time that everybody, was not going to be able to get a college education, but somehow or another, to really make the nation grow. You think about where we were at the nation westward. We needed leaders in a lot of different areas, and the way you're going to do that was really go to those communities and train those leaders.
That's where the extension part
exactly
comes from.
It started out in agriculture, but now we do business development, community development, and we do like 4-H. Obviously, we help leadership in youth. This is a 4-H program. I'm missing one. Human environmental sciences, where we do nutrition education, things like that. So there's just a perfect example of where we cooperate a lot would be at Missouri Southern, who's obviously a local college here, but they have a small business technology center there, right, that is actually funded through, it's a grant through SBA that goes through the University of Missouri Extension, and so we fund half of the program at Missouri Southern, and they fund the other half. And it's a great way we partnership, and we help small business right here in the Joplin area.
It's just amazing that something that started off in agriculture and in farming has branched out to so much. And if I'm not mistaken, right after the storm, you guys were able to provide so many great services to just this area. I'm not sure what we would have done without that help.
Well, I'm glad you brought that up, because part of what we also train is fire and rescue training is part of our continuing education, which is also another part of Extension. So, all the local firefighters and fire and rescue type people have actually been through educational trainings, hands-on training through University of Missouri Extension. It may be down here locally or it may be on campus, right, but there's still, those types of trainings are happening all the time, and it's through the University of Missouri that happens.
Well, I might bring up the fact that there is an absolutely fascinating brochure containing some of the pictures that we've been showing you, and these are available at all of the Extension offices.
It's probably online somewhere. I just couldn't find it. But yeah.
Well, the reason is the Missouri Extension online, your website is really amazing. We always send people out there for PDFs and other information as far as some of the agronomy things that we talk about. Right. So there's a lot to be seen, and I'm sure there's about the centenary. Am I saying that right?
Well,
the 100th anniversary. Let's just say that.
Centennial anyway. Yeah.
There you go. There you go. go, of Missouri Extension, and for that matter, I guess it's for the Extension concept as a nation. Is that right?
It really is, and to now it even goes beyond that. I mean, Extension really in University of Missouri is really all over the world, and mostly it's because of those strong ties to research that's really practical in people's lives, and that happens through our medical school, through our veterinary school, just a lot of different things that's all part of the University of Missouri.
So what you're saying is you're taking over the world.
Well, not today.
Jay, thank you so much. We love having you on the show. And coming up next on Living Well, we got another Jay. We're going to leave one Jay and move on to another. Dr. Jay Joseph takes us back to the basics to keep you out of the dentist chair. What are you doing? This is your business, Dr. Joseph. We'll be right back.